Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hey there. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. No guest tonight. Phone number 1-800-LFVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Poe's coming up later in this week. We love Poe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You really know how to sell a guest there, Drew.
Yeah.
You take your mouth off the microphone and go, mm-hmm.
Hey, this is going to be a...
You got radio in your blood,
baby.
Ann
was just giving us a bunch of discussion about how to be a kinder, gentler Loveline. So.
Oh, I didn't think that's what we were talking about.
No?
No.
Well, she said no fart jokes.
Oh, really? Wow. Ann.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Good. All right, here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about
farting.
farting.
In half. Instead of like 40 fart jokes a night, let's put them down to 20.
Okay, we can start there.
That?
Yeah, and then we'll make our way back up again. Speaking of fart jokes, by the way, I'm still looking for a candidate. Apparently, Katie, the girl from Tucson who originally got me going on this jag, dropped off. But now it's become more than a mission. It's become a calling.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Well, if you say so.
All right, so tonight, if you can think of a good reason, and you're female between the ages of 18 and 26, anything older would be dangerous. One of my farts could kill them or put them into some kind of hemorrhaging. So if you're between those ages, I'll expand it to 30. 18 and 30, you're female, preferably attractive, just because that's better radio. It's not for me personally. And you can think of a reason why you need $500 for me to fart on your head. Please call us up tonight.
I think we're going to bring back listener Loveline, too, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to start that.
Fine.
Which is hard to do for people around the country, get them in here to participate. But
just do it from people around here.
Well, or people who can get in.
Okay.
Or visiting.
All right, so what am I doing? Tomorrow, going to go into the dentist and have the crown ripped off of its throne.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to the orthodontist specialist or the root canal specialist and getting more work done in the hole, as it were. Now, here's the thing that scares me the most. And look at Ann. She's already covering her mouth. As I recall, when I got... For those of you who don't know what's going on, I spent a small fortune on the left lower part of my mouth. Things went awry, and now things need to come out, and more work needs to be done.
By the way, how'd that last set of antibiotics work that I gave you? Better, huh?
Yeah. It's about the same. Sorry.
You take them?
Yeah, took them all at once.
Why were you late tonight?
I was at Home Depot.
Oh, okay.
They're now open 24 hours by my house, which to me is, that's just a coup. I can go into Home Depot drunk about 4:30 in the morning on a Saturday night and just urinate on the asphalt shingles. Oh, boy, and you thought Home Depot was great during the daylight hours. Wait till you see the dregs that roll into that place at night. Now, I had to go to Home Depot because I had to buy a mousetrap because when I came down the stairs from my little nap, saw a mouse sitting on top of my stove.
Ah.
And as I approached the mouse skidded through one of the grills on top of the stove, went through the stove and disappeared, which is more disconcerting than anything I can think of right now, unless it perhaps disappeared into my pant leg or something like that. This thing is inside of my stove.
Yeah.
Or behind it.
Your Viking?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, my big, beautiful Cadillac of a stove. And there's not a goddamn thing I'm going to do about it. I mean, the thing goes into the stove. What am I supposed to do?
I'm going to cook it.
Shove a rump roast in there? There's all sorts of, canals and corridors, and I think it went down to the floor, and then somehow went from the floor underneath the house.
Are you okay with cats? You like cats?
I like cats,
you need a cat?
Yeah, I need to get a cat.
And
I'm not all right with mice. I really got weird almost immediately. And it was funny because I was on the phone, and I didn't really want to let on to the person I was talking to that I was wetting myself.
Adam.
So I was having this sort of distant conversation with the person, but it's not unlike many conversations I have on the phone when I'm watching TV.
Yes, I was going to bring that up too.
Yeah, normal.
They didn't even know it. So I have myself a mouse, and then tomorrow the root canal. And here's the thing that frightens me about this root canal. Basically, they drill out your old tooth, they work on your roots, they cement a post in there, and then they put a new crown on there and cement that in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think there's any kind of quick release mechanism that they installed on that crown.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be hard to get that out. Oh, yeah.
True.
Don't expect that.
Wow, you are delighted, aren't you?
Yeah.
This crown was meant to stay forever.
Yeah.
So when they take this crown out of my mouth tomorrow morning at 9:15, it's not going to want to go.
Some of the instruments you saw at Home Depot, I suspect.
Oh, my mouth just hurts thinking about it. There's no magic solution I can rinse with that's going to... No, it's like it's epoxied in there. They're going to have to get a big pair of pliers and work the thing out. And then I'm going to have to limp down the street to the specialist with the hole in my mouth, have him work on it, and then theoretically come back and get the crown put back on.
Don't let that first guy give you nitrous again, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're not going to be able to get... How are you going to get down the street?
Well, but I drive better on nitrous.
Oh, my God.
You kidding?
Oh, my God.
That stuff pumped right into the air conditioning system of my car. Of course I need nitrous. I'm not going to lie there while this guy comes at me with a pair of lineman dikes and tries to rip out the work he screwed up a month ago that only set me back $3,800.
You're going to see that mouse again.
High on nitrous?
Yes.
Like crawling into my mouth?
Right.
Oh, boy. All right. So, and then we're doing Keenan tomorrow night.
Oh,
so
that's right.
That ought to be delightful.
I'm doing Jenny Jones on the weekend.
No, you're not.
Yes,
Tell that Keenan to come on our show here.
Yeah, we will.
He doesn't like our show anymore, though.
There's a couple guys.
I think I ruined his high.
You did not. You were arguing with Keenan a little bit, but you had a good time. We got Keenan, we got Coolio, and we got someone else who I can't think of. Oh, the Wilson sisters. Not from Hart, but the Wilson Phillips sisters. Wendy and Carney.
Michelle Phillips will be on Wednesday night.
Oh, which is the mama.
Yeah.
All right.
Mamas and the papas were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She's like 45 and still great looking. Huh. What a genetic hand she had dealt
to her.
She was
in Knots Landing, wasn't she?
All right, Drew. Christina.
Christina?
Yeah?
Hi, what's
What's going on?
Hi. First off, I'd like to say, Adam, you are so cool and hot. Adam.
It's kind of fun we're just talking about women listeners.
And how they hate Adam.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
I just have a question for both of you. Okay, I basically am, like, having sex with my boyfriend, and he's not wearing a condom. Like, when he's about ready to do it, he pulls out and, does his stuff. And I was just wondering if there's any chance of, like, what people call pre-cum would get me pregnant.
What do you think? What do you think?
Not the slightest, is there, Drew?
What do you think, Christina?
What do I think?
Yeah. What have you heard?
Huh?
What have you heard?
Well, people have told me that you can get pregnant off pre-cum.
Absolutely. Absolutely you can.
You can?
Yes.
Ooh, that's bad.
That's why pulling out is not considered birth control. Otherwise, we'd recommend people to pull out.
What do you go to? Some sort of magnet high school? Some sort of, like, alternative clay working high school?
What?
Do you go to a regular high school?
Yeah.
They have health class?
Not yet. Not for me. I'm taking it, like, next semester, but...
But you already took driver's ed, right?
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Yeah. That way her and her unborn fetus can get to the hospital in a hurry in about 9 months from now. Oh, Christina. Please. It not only is whatever the hell leaks out of there going to get you pregnant, anything that comes... I'm convinced urine can get a woman pregnant. Yes, I am.
Though there is a... Yeah.
Not only is the pre-stuff contain sperm, but the whole pull-out thing is...
flawed.
It's really flawed.
Yeah.
Because it's all based on the, I better pull it out now. You know what I mean? It's not based on the pull it out and kick around for 10 minutes. You're pulling it out for a reason, and that reason is because you're ejaculating.
Already.
And this is not a science. Believe me. I can destroy half the hamper before I even feel the slightest sensation. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, did you talk to the Keenan people today?
No.
They want to talk about the condom purchasing ritual.
Oh, yours?
Yeah.
Why? Did I talk to them about that?
I guess so.
Oh, boy. That's good.
But get condoms. Come on.
All right.
All right?
All right?
Yeah.
Got to do it. Or get on the pill or something.
And could I ask a question for Adam?
Yeah.
What's the most kinkiest thing you've ever done?
Like sexually, I guess you're asking?
Yeah.
Does kinky always have to be
I'm
sexually?
Curious. wondered what you could possibly do.
I'm pretty much straightforward sexually. I don't have any wild tales.
It sounds like you'd have a lot of them.
I had a little, like a minor, like a threesome, like a 2.5-some once. Actually, it was 3.5 if you're going by weight, but it was 2.5 if you're going.
No, it was 5.5.
Okay, wise ass. It was a 4-some if you're going by weight, and it was a 2.5-some if you're going by sexual. What word am I looking for here, Drew?
Involvement? You mean degree of commitment or
contact?
Yeah.
And not everything was explored.
Yes.
So it was 4.5 by weight, 2.5 by sex.
What do you think about that? The condom topic? Should I talk about that on TV?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, Drew, and stop being so cryptic.
Well, I'm giving you an opportunity to bring it up here too.
Lena, you're 16.
Yeah, hi.
All right, well, hold on a second. Let's just straighten this out. Drew and I we're working on this book, and one of the things we found out...
We're not working now because we finished it.
Right. One of the things we found out about Drew, or I found out about Drew while working on this book, is how he used to purchase condoms back when he was in high school. Now, when Drew was in high school, they didn't have condoms in, vending machines at the Chuck E. Cheese and the 7-Eleven.
Oh.
And, now, virtually, you can pick up a condom in just about any vending machine in any bathroom of any bar and any...
There's more. The condoms were with the pharmacist back with the medication.
Yeah, you had to get your condom order refilled.
You had to talk to the pharmacist.
Yeah, which is great because this is back before they had the non-English speaking evil pharmacists that I seem to encounter so often. This is when they had these guys that were sort of the gray-haired gents that looked like they came out of a Norman Rockwell painting.
And they were talking early to mid-'70s, and people did not understand what teenagers were doing at that point. It was not even, the people that brought the sexual revolution had no idea that it would trickle down to the youth.
Right.
They really didn't even consider that.
So, because you couldn't go to the 7-Eleven or the Thrifties or the Save-On or wherever the hell you get your condoms now, you had to go and you had to get in line and you had to go talk to some guy. Those pharmacists always stand up on that thing that makes them about 2 feet higher, I noticed, too. I think it's the same principle behind the judges being up there. There's a whole psychological thing to them sort of looking down at you and asking you what you want. But anyway, you got to go back, you got to talk to the guy, and you got to deal with a human face-to-face, eye-to-eye.
And a line of people behind you.
And a line of people, right, to buy a condom. Now, Drew's no dummy. Drew, your dad's a doctor, was a doctor, right?
Yeah.
And probably a fairly prominent guy in the community. Certainly knew the pharmacists in the local pharmacies near your house.
And I was fairly high profile.
And they knew Drew is the guy's son. What's your dad's first name?
Morton.
Dr. Morton? Dr. Morton's son. So anyway, Drew was no dummy. He wasn't going to go to one of these places where he was going to be recognized in 1976. He went down instead to Chinatown or Koreatown? Chinatown. He went down to Chinatown, and one of these places that has the big roots and pigs and geese hanging in the window, went to the back and bought his condoms. It was always one place?
Yeah.
It was one particular place?
Yeah.
And all you round eyes look alike. I mean, there's no way they're going to pick you out, right?
Well, certainly I could tell if I knew somebody there.
Right. They'd be right. If you saw one of your dad's colleagues or some coach of yours from high school or something, just anyone who looked like an extra from a Speed Racer cartoon, you knew that you had to, just buy yourself some chiclets and get the hell out of there, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty diabolical. It's very good. And you were
Thank God I knew enough to do that. I mean, think what I had to go through.
You're the only Caucasian in the place, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that's brilliant. You really keep an eye on everybody that way. Yeah, I like that. So anyway, Drew, the point is Drew went down to Chinatown to buy condoms. That's going to be the title of the next book. Drew goes down to Chinatown to get... Okay.
Chapter.
All right, Lena.
Hi.
You're 16.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Well, I kind of have this problem with guys.
Now, how many would you buy at a time, Drew? Would you buy 5? I'd buy like as many as you could carry. Uh-huh. Yeah, so you didn't have to go down there all the time.
Right.
Very good. All right, Lena.
Okay, well, this problem is I date these guys, and within 2 to 3 days, they fall in love with me and get to the point of obsessiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And
How many times has this happened?
5.
5 times.
Yeah. I always believe when there's people who, women especially, where guys too, when people do the same thing over and over who date them, they're responsible, no matter what it is. I'm guessing you're attractive, Lena.
I don't think so.
You don't?
No.
Ooh, low self-esteem. That's very attractive on a good-looking woman. But somebody thinks you're good-looking, right?
I guess so.
Well, come on. Don't be coy. What's going on? You're nice-looking, right?
I've got big breasts.
Oh, okay. Well, should have said that at the top of the call.
Huh?
So, you think but it's more than that.
I don't know. I had some really weird ones, too. It's like, anyway.
So you're selecting the wrong guys also.
Huh?
You're selecting the wrong guys.
Well, they vary in their personalities, and I don't know.
But the one through line is that they become obsessive after just a few dates.
Yeah.
And then you want to get rid of them?
Mm-hmm.
What are the dates like? Are they very casual, or?
Huh?
Are they very casual dates? Or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go to the movies.
Mm-hmm. How old are these guys?
Anywhere from 16 to 18.
Yeah. And why don't you like them?
Well, I don't know. One guy there's actually I kind of date them for a while, for like, a couple months, 2 months. But one guy I had he wrote me this letter and he bled all over it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So you're selecting a certain kind
It's
of guy.
probably his cat or something, by the way.
But
No, it was him. He had across his signature this little swipe of blood.
But still, it's somebody that would do that, whether it's ketchup or not, is a certain kind of person.
Yeah.
And you're selecting them, right? You don't have to date these guys if they ask you out.
What is your question? How to avoid these guys, or why do guys do this?
Kind of both. How to avoid it, and why are they acting this way?
Well, because they're nut jobs and they do it anyway. You know what I mean? They'd go out with anybody and do this.
Yeah.
Although the breasts are a little extra incentive. But I think they would do it anyway. Here's what we're saying. Here's what I'm saying. They're guys who every relationship they have turns into some sort of obsessive, stalking, criminal relationship. Just about every guy.
Chaotic.
I mean, there's a lot of guys. No. I'm saying there are a certain subsection of guys
that do that all the time.
Who just do it they'll go from one to the next to the next to the next.
And it's a certain character problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there are guys who don't. Now, Lena somehow finds the guys that do. I'm not sure why and what that says about her and why she does it. But if you're attracted to a guy, Lena, chances are he's one of these guys.
And I think, you can ask sort of the Loveline questions. What's your family life like? What have your other relationships been like? Have you ever been abused in some way? I mean, if you're coming from somebody that has a long history of chaotic relationships, both in their primary relationships with their family and in their peer relationships, you're going to get a wild ride.
We should come up with some sort of test that
we
take on the first date.
Yes, we should.
Why don't you do that?
That's a great idea.
I'll punch it up.
When I fly out to Chicago.
Oh, yeah. When are you doing that, Jenny Jones?
Couple weeks.
What are you going to be there for a day?
And come right back.
What's the topic?
This is how TV works.
She's got to be insane, by the way, that Jenny Jones.
I'll let you know.
I don't trust any female comedian.
Was she a comedian?
She used to be a stand-up.
Is that right?
She was on Star Search and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. She doesn't seem so funny anymore, does she?
No.
I think it's because she's either nuts or pissed off or something.
I'll let you know. Well, here they came after me, very aggressively. You've got to come. You must come. What's the topic? Well, we're going to talk about men whose basically their sexual appetite has changed. What? Well, I sent back messages. What? What is the topic? What are you trying to accomplish by this? What is it? Well, we have 6 couples and they're real disturbed about it. We have to talk about it. Okay. What are you trying to accomplish? What is the point? What are you trying to learn with this? Mm-hmm. Well, to be honest, Jenny mentioned it one day, and we got 300 phone calls. So we got 300 phone calls. So we figure people are interested.
So you're going to be up there alone?
Yep.
Because you said you won't do one of those panel things?
Right.
But you still have to fly out to Chicago?
Yep.
And you don't get paid any more than you would get paid as like when we do Keenan?
I don't know. Probably not.
When we do Keenan, we get like $544 or something like that?
Something.
And it's the same thing?
I suspect.
And you're just going to sit up there and make an ass of yourself?
Yep.
See if you can plug the show, would you? Because after all, that's the only thing that's in it for you. Or
Well,
us. You know what I mean?
For me, I have a little personal sort of axe to grind. That is to try to craft daytime, the BS topics they come up with, into something worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Try to learn something. But it's a huge topic. I don't know how we're going to bring it into something.
Good luck. See if you can weave that in.
Yeah.
Jet?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah, I kind of have a problem. For the first time, I was with a woman in my entire life, and the problem I had is when we were going out, she asked me if I wanted to have sex, and I said yes to that. The thing is, we had nowhere to do it at, her parents' house or my parents' house, so we wound up trying to do it in the back of the car. The only problem was that while I was there, I couldn't get an erection, and I was wondering on my part why would that happen? Because I've been like waiting to be with a woman for a while.
It happens all the time.
Could be allergic to Armor All.
No, it happens all the time. Guys on their first time out very commonly have this happen, especially when it's a situation like this where it's
so
not
ironic.
Relaxed.
You've been getting erections in the middle of third period during oral reports. You've been getting erections on the school bus. You've been getting erections when you're changing into your gym clothes. For the last 5 years, you've been getting unwanted erections everywhere, and now's your one chance. And you think just by chance you'd probably get one in the hour that you're in the car.
Exactly.
But
Cruel irony.
Look, the sexual act is such a primitive expression of stuff that, a 17-year-old hasn't been in touch with for many, many years and has never done before, and it's very intense.
What kind of car?
It's a Volvo.
Right. So if you guys get clipped from the side, you're very safe in there.
Exactly. The one thing that I want to try to get out of the way, I know it sounds kind of stupid and teenagers, but in the back of my mind, I've always been had a fear that the homosexual fear, and I said if I can be with a woman because I know I'm attracted to women, I could finally put the last nail in the coffin, and that really kind of.
It's real common for people your age to have lots of questions about your identity and your sexual orientation. Don't obsess about that. You're attracted to women. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And this problem, provided you don't obsess about it and worry too much about it.
Couldn't get an erection. He's been having a lot of thoughts about the homosexual lifestyle. Perhaps the penis has spoken.
Exactly what he wants.
Penis has spoken, Jet.
Here's the most important thing for you: is not to be so anxious about this that next time you have an opportunity, it happens again. Going in next time, you're going to be nervous as hell about it because you're going to be convinced it's going to happen again, and you'll make it happen again if you remain anxious. So the trick is to create a circumstance that is not anxiety-provoking.
How old is the woman, Jet?
She's 18, and that's what kind of got me.
She's had some experience?
Actually, no, because we were close friends for a long time.
How'd she react?
We grew up. Well, the thing is that she really initiated everything.
How did she react to this?
She pretended not to be disappointed, but she really was. I could tell in her face because I can guarantee it was her first time.
Well, look, all right, but women have a tendency to blame themselves for this kind of thing.
Of course they do. Because if Jet was with Christy Brinkley, he would have gotten an erection.
In fact, it could have been worse.
What's worse? It sticks in his own ass? How could it be worse? What's worse?
I mean, just so overwhelmed and nervous that he just completely screws the moment up.
Yeah, I gotta believe that Cindy Crawford would override that. Or, for me, it'd be Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah.
All right. So what have we learned?
It's time for break.
Oh, okay.
Loveline will be right back. Loveline will be right back. Loveline will be right back.
Listening to Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
All right. Yes, it is. And yes, we are. The phone number, 1-800-LVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. I'm going to feel that mouse in bed with me tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I can guarantee you that.
You'll hear it.
No, I'm going to feel it. Yeah, I'll probably hear it,
Every little creak.
Oh, boy. I am so easily freaked out by that kind of stuff.
Why? You lived in a manger? You did.
You lived, baby Jesus.
You lived in that little hole.
I lived in what my friends affectionately called the barn.
The barn.
That's
manger,
what I grew up.
Barn. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Well, the manger has a sort of biblical significance that the barn certainly didn't have.
Right.
I'll tell you that. Yeah, well, I grew up in a 100-year-old house that was sort of barn-esque, but it never had I never saw a mouse in the place. We had a couple of
They
cats.
have 100-year-old houses in Los Angeles? They do not.
I'm telling you, my mom's house is 100 years old.
And that was 100 years in the early 80s.
No, it was 100. It was like 90 some odd years when I was.
We're talking about 1890.
Yeah.
It's like that is something from the Wild West.
Yeah.
I mean, does it have one of those facades on it that sort of goes up at the top?
Yeah, they do Universal does a stunt show over there on Saturdays.
Right.
No, it doesn't have one of those facades on there. Where are you from?
Facade.
No, it doesn't have that parapet facade thing on the front that says saloon.
Right.
No, it's got a roof like it looks like the Munsters house.
Ah, so it's sort of Victorian.
If the Munsters were a real family, this is the house they'd be living in. You know what I mean?
It's a new sitcom here.
The new Munsters, they already had that. Oh boy, was that trouble. Stephanie.
Yeah.
You're 25.
Yeah.
Why are you so angry, baby?
Why am I so angry?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was.
Oh boy. Can't you hear that, Drew?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's hostility. It's not just anger.
Very.
Well, my question was, I've had a problem since I was about 9, and that's that I cut my arms, and I don't do it to kill myself,
angry.
and I don't do it for attention, and I do it pretty bad. Right now, I have over 100 staples in my arms, just from cutting, and I burn myself and stuff.
There are lots of theories as to why this behavior manifests itself. Suffice it to say that you've been traumatized in some rather severe way, and
yeah, I have been, but a lot of
and it's a way of dealing with overwhelming feelings. It's for some people it's sort of a release. It's a way of dealing with feelings that just you can't be dealt with otherwise. Right? You feel better after you cut, typically.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of it is it will release serotonin or dopamine or something.
Well,
I think it releases just about everything when you cut yourself open.
I mean, that's a theoretic notion of why you feel better when you cut.
I was wondering though. I know a lot of other people who have been through similar experiences, and and they don't do this.
They don't cut.
People who have been abused and had.
Cutting is a pretty common thing in people that have been abused. It really
is?
Oh, yeah.
What happened? What kind of abuse did you suffer, Stephanie?
I was sexually abused for 6 years, and physically abused for I don't know how many years.
But I suspect your abuse was outlandish. I mean, intense and repeated and
I
horrible.
didn't live at home since I was 12.
Yeah.
And
Is home where all this happened?
The abuse?
Yeah.
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 Who was it, your dad?
My stepdad and my stepbrother.
And brothers.
Oh, boy.
I mean...
Thank Mama for that one.
Yeah.
What do you cut yourself with?
Razor blades.
I always use a razor.
And some of them do it. Do you do a lot of this sort of fine cutting and lots of little lines crisscrossing?
That's a julienne.
Sort of those
I don't
things?
crisscross.
But lots of little fine lines?
Lots of little fine, deep lines, yeah.
And then you start bleeding, and then you go into the emergency room?
Yeah, I start bleeding, and
and then she goes in the psychiatric hospital.
Walk myself to the emergency room.
Do you work at a video store?
No.
No. Do you work?
No, I'm on
disabled. This is.
Oh boy. Hey, how much therapy have you gotten?
A lot.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been in and out of psychiatric hospitals for a long time.
Yeah, it's since I was 12.
You on meds now?
No, they haven't really found anything that can help me.
Well, I'm sure the meds help your mood disturbance a little bit, huh?
No.
Not much. Have they ever recommended ECT or anything like that?
Excuse me?
Have they ever recommended ECT?
Shock therapy?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they haven't.
Okay. And you've had therapy ongoing also?
Yeah, since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And hasn't that taken at all? Hasn't that helped at all?
Yeah, therapy for this kind of situation is more about learning how to contain feelings. Not about get at the core and all that stuff. It's about learning how to manage overwhelming, horrible feelings.
Well, hasn't that part worked at all?
Well, it's taught me. I've learned a lot more coping skills.
See,
and
it's not perfect.
I've been able to.
Well, listen, coping would be a victory at this point for Stephanie. Well, how often are you cutting on yourself?
Well, the holidays were real rough, and I did it. Like I said, I have 100 staples in now, and and that was because of the holidays, but I can go a couple months.
And you weren't trying to kill yourself, or were you?
No, it's not a suicide.
Yeah.
I would just do that.
You're just a cutter.
Have you ever done that?
Attempted suicide?
Sure.
Yeah, I've been in like 3 comas.
Yeah.
Or 2 comas from the attempted suicide. One with.
What are they diagnosing you as?
Oh man.
Borderline?
Yeah, that and just a whole slew of things.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They're not sure what I am.
But borderline's probably the one that keeps coming up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever feel violent toward other people? Sure, let her answer, would you?
I get real angry, and in my anger, I think I could possibly hurt people, but I don't.
Never do it.
Don't act on it.
Yeah.
How about mice? Could you kill a mouse? You could cut one and
Well, I'd kill one, but I'd probably have somebody do it. I mean,
Yeah, Stephanie, I don't know that we can help much except to urge you on to continue to follow directions of the people that are trying to help you and to stay as closely involved with a stable team. Don't keep changing teams and don't keep changing therapists.
No.
Try to develop
these horrible step people known as parents
that can be supportive to you and try to move forward, try to get some employment, try to get some self.
Stephanie would have been better off if her mom started dating a Kodiak bear.
Yeah.
And brought it in.
Do you remember
Kodiak probably would have attacked her once and given her like a swat with the paw, but then eventually would have sniffed her a little bit.
Would have done less to her than she does to herself now.
Well, whatever the bear would have done to her, the bear would have done in the first week or so, and then she'd just have to work around the bear. You know, when the bear was on the phone, she'd have to back off. When the bear was in the head, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She literally would have been better off with that bear.
Do you remember we had a caller a couple days ago? A girl called in and says, "I'm a abusive guy magnet, and I've been abused by this guy, and this guy, and this guy. Now I have this wonderful guy, and he just is wonderful, and he takes care of my 2-year-old daughter for me all the time."
Yeah. Oh boy.
And I thought, oh my God, somebody that attracts abusive guys consistently thinks they find the right one, the guy that's the perfect guy that she begins to worship and really enjoy, and it turns out to be the one that's going to abuse the daughter.
All right, so let me just say this to Stephanie. You're 25. A lot of people's life sucks at 25. Lord knows mine did. Mine didn't start getting halfway decent until I was about 31. So stay with it. Stay with the meds. Stay with the therapy. Don't cut on yourself, or do it as little as possible. And you're still young. Do as much as you can. And by the time you're 30, maybe you're on your feet to the point where you can work a little bit and lead a fairly normal life. Drew, I have an invention.
Well, before you do, let me just one quick comment for Stephanie, and that is that if she really does believe that she is gaining relief of her emotional suffering by serotonin and dopamine release as a result of cutting, medications, certain medicines will do the same thing, and she needs to really consider that and maybe give medications a more thorough try.
Do you think people are working on devices to tell if a kid was molested?
Like what?
Some sort of...
They don't go back to the dogs again?
My dogs. That's right. My airport dogs could tell us. I was thinking of something like, you know when you check into a hotel and there's that seal on the toilet?
Yeah.
And, you get to break it.
Yeah.
No one's took a dump in there between the time the guy cleaned it and the time... Unless you're like one of my buddies, which is great, which is you shimmy that little cigar wrapper off the toilet, you take a big dump, then you shimmy it back on so that when I come in and break the seal, I see the big log floating in the toilet. That's funny. But is there anything that could be put... I bet they're working on something.
The girls are all there shaking their head.
Don't you think they're working on something for parents to do to their kids somehow? I don't know.
Tracking device or something?
Something where you could tell someone was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
that's a great idea. You work on that, because I'll try to my kids.
My airport dogs, I think, could sniff
some
out
sort of alarm system.
Yeah, those are genie openers.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back.
With most of the city in bed, it was then that the puppets came to life. Running around, tinkering with things they should leave alone. Calling radio talk shows with pretend problems. Wait a minute, are you a puppet?
No.
Loveline will be right back.
Hi, this is Dwight Yoakam. You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you will.
Less of that, right?
Good timing. Yeah. All right. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LV-191. Forget about that fax number. All right, we're ready to get back to the phones here, Drew?
Well, here's somebody for you. I'm going to switch calls.
Oh, okay. All right.
Evie.
Hello.
Now you're 25.
Help Adam.
Hi.
I used to be a dental assistant.
Yeah, you were talking about your root canal, and I wanted to help you out if you need some information.
All right. I don't know what choice. I don't.
He wants to know. Well, tell
my choices.
How do they pull the crown out? That's what he wants to know.
What the dentist is doing is he's replacing.
No. He just wants to know how they're going to pull it out.
Pull what out?
The crown.
Oh boy.
The one they cemented in and told him to last
take
forever.
a little instrument and it hooks underneath the edge of the crown.
No.
And it has a little thing at the top that prevents the circular thing from going over the top, and he'll tap the top of it and pull it off.
That doesn't sound as bad as I thought.
No, it's not bad at all.
Well,
It's very easy.
Really?
I had one done.
Why doesn't the thing pop off then?
Pop off?
During
Is it a temporary crown or the permanent one that you're talking about?
No, it's a permanent one.
He had everything stuck in and they blew it and screwed it up.
Oh, because it's glued in.
That's the question. His fantasy is
I should say it's cemented in.
But the fantasy is that it's going to take some kind of giant plier to pull.
Oh
that
no,
in.
it's just a real sudden impact that pops it off.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, Evie.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. See, that was only the Loveline. That's the Loveline listener logic, which is. Hey, so they just put the hook under it, and it taps it and pops right off. Oh, really? Well, how come it doesn't pop off when you're, eating and stuff? Oh, well, they got to cement it in.
Well, first she had her own agenda going. It's a temporary crown. Didn't you know that, Adam?
No, she was just asking, girl. She didn't know. All right, so they make one swift movement, which I'm sure my dental screw up, and the thing pops off. But now I still got that stud hanging out of. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know. Man, I let them do their job last time.
When are you going to have your hand
Do you really
up right
think
now?
it's going to be that easy, too? I mean, we go to the same dentist. Everything he does takes a really long time.
Everything he does is like pulling teeth. I was about to say. But in this case, even pulling teeth
I
is going to be like pulling teeth.
I think it's going to be solid tugging and pulling for about
I
an
sent you to
hour.
a great hand surgeon. You're going to enjoy that procedure.
Really?
Yeah.
So I haven't heard anything from him since I had that MRI on Thursday or whenever I had
You'll
it.
get the results tomorrow, Brian.
I will?
No, he will.
Oh, he will.
Call you later.
He'll call me back. God knows how much something like that's going to cost. How much is it going to be? Maybe I should get that Stephanie who cuts on herself to cut on my hand. She probably has better skills than this guy.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, Drew. She's been doing it for a long time. Kim, you're 18.
Hey, guys.
Okay.
I just wanted to say I think you're wonderful.
Thank you.
You help people a lot, and you have awesome jobs, and I envy you.
Oh, thank you. We do have good jobs. This is a great job.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We both know it and we both love it. So.
I was at the Home Depot tonight and getting this guy to cut me a piece of glass, and everyone was yelling at him, and he was telling me he was officially off work and there was no overtime, and he had a bunch of people crawling up his ass, and I thought to myself,
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not him.
yeah, that's what I do. I walk around all day thinking, gee, I'm glad I'm not him. But about 10 hours when I'm in the dental chair, then it's everyone else's turn to walk around and go look at me and say, gee, I'm glad I'm not him. So it comes around.
And Adam, you can fart on my head anytime,
Oh, really?
and you wouldn't have to pay me.
Wow. Now that's love. Do you have any problems? Do you need any tuition for books or anything like that?
No.
No. I'm looking for someone who has a disease and needs the 500 to find the cure. Get the serum to a snake bite, or buy books for school. Or I'm looking for the impoverished. You seem like you're all right, Kim.
I'm all right.
Well, that 500 buys a lot of weed, though, Kim, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I would like that money, and I would probably spend it on that, too.
I bet you would. I can hear her.
I didn't get that from her.
Oh, yeah. She has the chick version of the male Hesher laugh.
Really? Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. It's that breathy sort of... yeah.
It's as part of... It's, you know what it is? It's a cough and laugh.
Yeah.
I actually just quit smoking, but anyway, my problem.
All right.
Okay. I've been seeing this guy for a little over a month, and it's been my first monogamous relationship for a while, because the one that I had before that, the ending wasn't so bad, but I was totally in love with the guy, and it took me a long time to get over that, and I just didn't want to feel that way for a while, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And your question? That was just the statement so far.
So.
Let's just take a hit first. Oh.
What'd you do, hang up?
She hung up.
I think we bummed her high. What was that?
Maybe Dad walked in the room and
Oh, yeah. And she had to eat the joint. All right. What the hell was her question?
She didn't get it out.
Oh, okay. Jessica.
Jessica? Sleeping?
There's a little confusion tonight on the phone. You notice
Hold
that?
on.
Like, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's like a beat or two before people chime in, so on and so forth. All right, we'll just put Jessica on hold. Christina.
Hi.
Hi, you're 13, you little pumpkin.
Hi.
What's happening there?
I've had like this really big crush on this guy I danced with for about 6 years.
You dance with?
Yeah, I take dance lessons.
Like what kind of dance?
Tap, jazz, ballet.
Ballet. Since he was 7? Since you're both 7?
No. Well, no, he's a freshman now. He's 14.
Mm-hmm.
Since he was 8 and you were 7?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's gay, Christina.
No, he's not.
Yes.
No,
yes.
no.
Any guy who's taken tap for 6 years, please. If he wasn't gay when he started the tap lessons, he surely is now.
No, Adam, I swear to God he's not.
Okay. All right. Now, but boy, you must be good.
Me? No, I've been dancing for like 9 years.
Yeah. Do you have an eating disorder?
No, but I once considered it, but I learned about it, and it's just not.
Ah, good for you.
Hey.
It can like shrink your brain and bad
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Shrinks your brain?
Yeah.
You can get atrophy, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't go that route.
No.
What is your best thing? Is it tap? Is it modern?
I like jazz better.
Mm-hmm. How do you dance? How do you do that jazz dance?
What do you mean?
How do you dance?
What is jazz dance?
Yeah, what does that look like?
It's fun.
Oh, boy. Maybe your brain was shrunk.
No, it didn't.
It's a good thing you didn't purge. No, what we're saying is I know what tap dancing is. I'm picturing Gregory Hines and Stomp.
You know what ballet is?
I know what ballet is.
Oh, okay. Well, jazz is kind of like...
Like chorus line?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Broadway show kind of thing.
Oh, okay. And so you must be pretty good. And this guy's pretty good, too, right?
Yeah, he's better than I am.
And he's your partner.
Well, kind of.
Have you been close friends for a long time?
Yeah.
Have you told him how you feel?
Yeah, on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Uh-huh. And now there's like all this really weird tension between us.
Uh-huh.
I think I made everything worse.
By saying that?
Huh? Yeah.
Or what did you do to try to fix it?
Well, see, I hadn't been to dance for a month in December because I was being punished because I had bad grades.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hadn't seen him for a while, but I had this crush on him, and then I felt that I just really needed to tell him that, and I did, and it was, everything's been really, really awkward. Like, weird air between us.
Right. Drew and I have some weird air going between the two of us.
Just
in
goes
the
one
studio.
direction, though, from you to me.
It comes out of my ass and floats over toward you. All right, well, Christina, we need to talk to this young
What are you going to say?
Baryshnikov. What am I going to say? We're going to straighten this whole thing out.
What do you mean?
Well, we're going to do a damn better job than you did.
Oh.
You screwed it up last time you talked to him.
Yeah, I think I did.
Listen, you understand we're experts, Christina?
Uh-huh. I love you guys. I listen to you guys like every night.
And let me explain this. You only hear us a couple hours a night on the air. We, for 10 hours a day, are together working out our strategy when it comes to young relationships.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to put you on hold.
And you guys want to call him?
And we'll call him. Trust me, will be painless, and it will be better.
I think so.
I'm still thinking he's gay.
Well, don't get.
All right, I won't work that angle. I won't work that
right?
angle. Okay. All right, we're going to straighten this whole thing out. So, Lisa, Sherry, yeah. Can you? Christina's on hold. We're gonna get her boyfriend's phone number. We're going to straighten this whole mess out. All right, there you go, Ann. Okay. looking for a new candidate to get in here, stretch out an army cot, and let me break wind on their head.
Nice.
The criteria is it has to be a female. Because there's something gay about farting on a man's head, unless he's sleeping. Then it's funny.
Let me just tell you the stacks of faxes that are coming through the machine right now.
Oh, really?
It's pretty overwhelming.
Young candidates?
We're counting them right now.
And what I want to do is give it to somebody who's going to use the money. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if we're going to hand them $500 cash. I would like to present a check to the junior college that they attend, or, pay their car insurance off, or, you know what I mean? I'd like to do something like that so we know it's not crack money. All right. We will be back in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline. New Rock. 92.1 KFMA. Green Valley, Tucson.
Oh, really?
Really good.
All right. Well, Drew. Again, the fax number at Loveline. What is that fax? Dragged a wheelbarrow full of faxes in here. Attractive 24-year-old girl who will let Adam fart on my head for $500. She's in need of extra cash to support her dream of starting a woman's defense league.
Oh, what a nefarious beginning for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Auspicious task.
If I want to foot the bill for that. She's trying to complete the construction of her own big, beautiful, blazing banner. All right, this is a long fax. We'll have to take a look at it and figure out what is her name, Drew?
Dolores.
All right, Dolores. And where does she live? Does it say?
310.
All right, so she's somewhere around here. All right, let's take some calls and we'll stick with this. Christina?
Yeah?
Did we get hold of your boyfriend? Oh, we did. Yeah, Drew, punch that up. I'll screw it up. We didn't have to put her on hold.
Hold on, here we go.
Oh, Nathan?
Yeah?
All right. Can you do that? Christina?
Yeah?
Nathan.
Yeah.
What's happening, my man?
What do you know what's happening?
Okay. I can see why she likes him. He must really be good looking, Christina. Hey, Nathan?
Yeah?
You know that chick Christina you've taken dance class with all those years?
Yeah?
Well, she thinks you're cute and stuff.
Yeah?
And I think she kind of let you know about that on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean she's going to gobble you up or that she's going to be upset if you don't reciprocate. I mean, she just was sort of feeling the need to express herself. And the most important thing for her, I think, I don't want to speak for you, Christina, but I think the most important thing is sustaining your friendship. And she's worried that she sort of screwed that up by...
No, not at all.
She don't want things to be weird when she pirouettes and you grab her by her waist. Would that work? What's a move, Drew? No.
What do they call this? I don't even know the terminology.
Audio lift.
There you go, lifts.
Yeah.
Now, Nathan.
Yeah.
So you don't feel weird around Christina?
No. I mean, I understand. Like, I know that kind of situation. Like.
So, I mean, you got to understand. You're filling out those tights pretty good now.
No, not tights.
You don't wear leg warmers, do you, Nathan?
No, sweats and like nylon pants, things like that.
Nylon pants. Uh-huh.
Nathan's fine.
What are you dancing? Tennis shoes?
Like dance sneakers.
Dance sneakers.
You know, like the kind of like the cougars that the cheerleaders wear.
How'd you get involved in
the
that?
Capizios?
Yeah.
How'd you get involved?
I used to do all my dancing in crayons.
How'd you get involved in dance, Nathan?
Well, actually, my sister was a dancer, and like I was always like in the waiting room, and then like my mom signed me up.
So you just started going.
Yeah, and then I started going. Now I know my mom owns the studio now too.
And you own the studio.
No, my mom owns. Yeah.
So that's really how you got it.
And you've been going strong for 6 years.
Yeah.
You must get them pretty good.
Yeah.
This is going to pay dividends.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Really?
If you're not gay, Nathan? No.
He's not gay.
Really?
My mom's like actually trying to like starting to cash in on me. She's like enter me into competitions and she's like making me her like money back.
Oh,
it's like Mozart's father here.
Oh, can you imagine being the only non-gay dancer in the world? what kind of luck he's going to have with the ladies in a few years. Women love to dance, and they love a guy who can dance, but they're all hooked up with goofy dudes. And they hit that dance floor, and the guy's just up there, and his hips going one way, and his ass is going the other, and it's a complete disaster. And if you're a guy who can really move, I mean, back me up on this, Ann, Lisa, and Sherry. You see a guy, let's say there's a guy, and he's so-so. And maybe not the world's greatest-looking guy, maybe not the kind of guy you'd look at twice, but he hits the dance floor, and he's smooth as silk. And he really knows what he's doing. And you can tell the guy's trained and the guy moves. This, by the way, is a precursor to sex. I don't know if it's a precursor, but it's an indicator.
Sort of primitive...
yeah, when women see some guy...
A man with no rhythm is the worst.
Right. You see some big goofy dude out on the dance floor with no rhythm, there's no attraction, because you think if you do ever get to the point where you're being intimate with the guy, he's going to be knocking stuff off the nightstand with his foot. He's going to have no rhythm.
What's best about his dancer is the body, the sculpting that happens. There's nothing like a man, like the ballet dancers, the men. I mean, their bodies are so lean and muscular. And
I suspect those are the ones that stay in.
She's heading for the tub. Making a beeline for the tub when she gets out of it.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, that's another thing.
Body.
A lot of you guys out there who are pumping all that iron and getting all bulked up, that ain't where it's at.
That's not where it's at.
The women like the swimmers, the dancers. They like the lean, sleek. They like a man to look sometimes like a woman without breasts, and plus a penis.
Anyway, Christina,
very true.
Christina, are we helping here?
No, a lot of these guys like these.
Worse than a man with hips.
Okay, I got big hips. So she threw that one in. There's the
no, you
jab.
don't. I'm talking like a man who's pear-shaped.
Well, yeah, you don't want some guy with you don't want some guy who looks like my mom. I'm talking about a guy who looks like Uma Thurman. All right. So anyway, Nathan.
Well, mentioning swimmers, I'm also a diver, too.
Okay. I don't know if that's some sort of sexual code or not. So, you got it all going. You look good in Speedos, then, right, Nathan?
Sure, definitely.
Well, this guy's full of himself. And what about Christina? I mean, what do you think of her, Nathan?
What do you mean, like, how, in what way?
Well, I mean...
is she still your friend?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Is there any physical attraction there? I mean...
Well, possibly, but
possibly.
I mean... I don't want to destroy the friendship. Like,
right. And Christy, you understand that if you guys go beyond friendship, that will undoubtedly end, and then the friendship will be sacrificed in the course.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Christina, shouldn't care.
So maybe you think of Christina as like a kid sister or something. You've known her since she was 7 years old.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of a. Now that you bring it up,
Nathan's doing a lot of backpedaling here.
Well, but I think he's being honest, and
yeah, I think he is too.
And he genuinely does. I get the sense he really appreciates her, feels close, and is even attracted. But
well, he thinks she's attractive.
Right.
He may not be attractive because
it's too close. It's too close.
Yeah, he's known her for all these years. She was 7 when they met. So he needed to make his move then.
What about Ty Babylonian and Randy Gardner? They were okay.
Who are they?
They're ice skaters.
Oh, right.
They skated for a really long time together before they actually became
they did?
lovers.
Before they got it on?
Well, listen, maybe this has something down the road, but right now they got to focus on...
blossom.
But they need to focus on sustaining the friendship. Christina?
Yeah?
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Nathan?
Yeah.
You gonna be pissed at her for having had us call?
No, actually, I'm kind of, like, honored.
Yeah. All right. So treat her right, Nathan.
Yeah?
Okay. We'll get rid of Nathan. Christina?
Yes?
Here's my prediction, Christina. I give it about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. The breasts come in. They come in full effect. And the guys are crawling all over each other to get to you.
Well,
Nathan...
That probably is interesting. Just let one guy really show an interest to Christina, and all of a sudden...
Nathan starts going insane, and Christina becomes the one that got away.
Yeah.
That's what I'm betting on.
They sound like really nice
folks. Well, they're dancers. How bad could they be? Yeah, this guy Nathan, he's in for boatload of trim with that dancing. I wish I'd gotten into some kind of dancing.
We're doing jazz hands in here.
Doing like Al Jolson in there. Malia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
What's going on? You're 19.
I'm 19.
Hey, when you see a guy really dancing right, that turns you on, right?
Not really, but...
Oh, doesn't?
No, it depends on how he's dancing.
I mean, whatever style it is...
Not dancing, no.
Yeah, the other thing
no, whatever style you like, when the guy's really nailing it, that's a turn-on for women.
Singing does the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows how to shake it, yeah.
All right.
So, you want to know my problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
You smoke a lot of weed, too?
I just quit. Like a month ago.
Like 10 minutes ago?
No, a month ago.
Oh, okay.
I sound like it? I heard that call earlier. She sounded like it.
Yeah, you got a little in you.
Yeah,
That's all
I'm
right.
getting over it.
It's working its way out of your system.
Getting over it. That's so interesting.
Okay, I've been with this guy for 6 months. And in the last 2 months, we've, like, really fallen... I've fallen in love with him. And he says he's fallen in love with me. My problem is, he started getting pain during urination. So he went and got tested for STDs.
What's he got?
He has chlamydia.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to my doctor, and I just assumed, it was from somebody before me. And I went to my doctor, and I told him, well, my boyfriend has this chlamydia, so I need to get treated. And he explained to me that the symptoms would have come up earlier than 6 months.
Yep.
And so I went to him and told him, and he confessed that about 2 months ago he cheated on me with some girl.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
My problem is, the day that
By the way, it wasn't, last contact wasn't 2 months ago.
It was like, yeah, he said it was 2 months ago.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
Really?
Yeah, even that.
How long is it really?
Well, I mean, yeah, I would say more like a few weeks at the most.
You think so?
Unless you were having symptoms before, he'd been having symptoms for a while.
I never had any, that's the thing.
You're okay? Did you check your tubes and things with the doctor?
Yeah, I guess. He checked everything, and I haven't heard
Did
back.
he flush your tubes? It's important to flush them once in a while. Rust, build up, calcium deposits, that kind of thing.
Antibiotics, and
What'd
I
you
don't
take?
think it went away.
What'd you take?
I took deoxycycline
Yeah. For how long?
for 10 days.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it. But I don't think it went away.
How do you know?
I have, like, pain. All of a sudden, I'm having, like, pains in my pelvis.
All right, it's exceedingly important you get back to that doctor right away.
Yeah.
Okay? Very important. You're not only could this evolve into, it sounds like the beginning of something called pelvic inflammatory disease.
Yeah,
which,
PID.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
And that
maybe.
can be potentially a very, very serious condition. It can certainly threaten your fertility. So it may need more antibiotics than you got.
How old's the cheater?
He's 18.
I would think you'd want to be on something called Floxin or ofloxacin.
Ofloxacin?
Yeah, that's sort of what
okay.
this situation might be best. That medicine called Zithromax, that's good for the chlamydia. Now, the other possibility is your boyfriend didn't fully finish his antibiotics, or maybe he had contact again with this person.
Who was he cheating with?
This girl, some girl pulled up at his work, and he got in the back seat of her car, and they went to the nearest park, and he never called her again.
He never called her the first time either.
No.
She may have come by. Where does he work? What kind of place?
He works at, like, a restaurant.
She may have gotten hungry again.
Well, yeah, now she's doing everybody else at the restaurant now.
Little takeout.
Yeah.
And
I've called her and let her know she has it, because he wouldn't call her because he was real angry.
How did she react?
He wouldn't call her because he was real angry?
Yeah, he said, no, she's a...
Slut?
Yeah, and all these nasty words, and I was like, yeah, well, she wasn't when you wanted
He's
to...
the one, right, he's the one that engaged in this with her.
Yeah.
She's a disturbed person.
Yeah, so I called her to let her know, because I knew about PID, and who knows how long she's had it.
How'd she take it?
And she was like, I don't know, she was a real idiot. She was
Weird,
just, like,
yeah.
bragging about how she's with all the other guys now, and I was like, honey,
She doesn't... he didn't wear a condom then?
No.
Boy, this guy is... he's like 10 shades of stupid, this man of yours. He really is. You cheat without a condom.
I know.
A stranger.
That is... it's like robbing a bank without putting a effing ski mask on.
Right.
It's the same kind of stupidity. You could just... It's really the same.
Grandiosity, yeah.
You could just take a heartbeat and sort of, it's like if you're going to break into a museum, well, put some gloves on so you don't leave prints all over the place. Just take 5 minutes and do that.
That's what I told
You would have never caught the guy, and there'd be no problem.
I know.
Not to mention the fact that if you get someone pregnant, now you're really screwed.
What about HIV?
Yeah, what about you? Exactly. I said, you put my life on the line for your 20 minutes of fun,
Boy.
Worth it.
How long you two been together?
6 months.
Boy.
Yeah.
And when did and so he's saying he cheated at the 4-month period?
Right.
And why are you so into him?
I don't know. I mean, because he just didn't seem like that type of person. I mean, that's how I couldn't believe he did it, because I'm always with him.
Okay, he did it. That's reality. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Accept the reality.
Oh, well, once a cheater, always a cheater, right? I don't know.
Once a cheater, for about 15 years a cheater.
Yeah. And this is fairly egregious cheating, too. This is, like, irresponsible.
The thing is the day I found out, he basically, like, proposed to me. And then I went to the doctor and found out afterwards. So after all of this stuff with us, confessing how we're all in love with each other and I'm the one for him and blah, blah, blah. And then I find that out, and it just totally,
All right, listen. No kids, no marriage for a while.
Right.
That's the deal.
Okay.
Keep an eye on this guy.
Go to the doctor tomorrow. PID may be with you.
Yeah. I don't really trust this guy.
Oh.
You shouldn't be cheating 4 months into a relationship. That's a bad sign.
And then lying about when he did it and hiding it. And
well,
but he's
Jack Hole didn't even put a condom on.
These are 19, 20-year-olds. I mean.
Yeah. This, by the way, ladies, and I'm saying this to the ladies because I believe if a 19-year-old woman marries a 25-year-old guy, there's some chance it may work out. A 19-year-old woman wants to marry an 18-year-old guy or a 19-year-old guy, forget about it. He has plenty. His penis hasn't lived yet. His penis has to go out and paint the town like in Guys and Dolls or something.
I thought you were going to liken it to Godzilla or something.
Right. He's got to go...
destroy.
He's got to destroy Tokyo with his penis. He's got to take on Mothra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's almost unfair to a guy to ask himself to do that.
Well, in this day and age, it doesn't.
It just ain't going to happen.
It doesn't fit with
it ain't. Yeah, there you go. Doesn't work with the biology. Jessica.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah, I'm sorry earlier that I fell asleep.
Oh, she was asleep.
Oh, you were.
I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, hold on. We got to do some gambling. You ready to do some gambling? I don't know what her question is. Do you know what her question is?
No, I can read what's up there.
Stepdad is on pot, and he's going to leave her mom. She's confused. Stepdad is on pot, and he's going to leave her mom. She's confused. What does that mean? Okay.
Well, we haven't heard anything yet.
I don't know. All right, forget about the question. I'm going on her voice.
All right, go ahead.
Well, we definitely know dad abandonment.
Yeah.
Thing. Fairly promiscuous, sexually.
Right.
At 17, dad got out of there early. Doesn't pay any attention to her.
Dad's gone.
Dad's gone and doesn't pay any attention to her. You got one? And by the way, in 98, we've pushed 3 times. You and I. We've tried. We had that one where we just heard the girl's voice, and I said her parents are hippies, and you said her parents moved around a lot, and she said her parents followed the Grateful Dead, which is as split down the middle as you're ever going to find.
Right.
Unless there are a couple of attorneys that followed the Grateful Dead, but I don't think so.
No, she was... all right, so I'm actually agreeing with you this way. I mean, basically abandonment issues, and let's say dad was, refined dad. Dad was an alcoholic.
Dad alcoholic. All right. Who was that?
Who's in recovery now?
In recovery now. Jessica?
Yeah?
What's going on with you?
Well, you're right about me being promiscuous.
Oh, yes.
No, my real dad's not an alcoholic.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, let's state that again, without the F word.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Okay.
Let me just explain what's going on, and I don't know if people can hear this or how it sounds, because I still haven't quite figured out the radio, but we count on Engineer Mike to push the dump button because we have like an 8-second delay, because a lot of our stone young listeners like to come in and use the F word and use the S word and indiscriminately, and Mike will dump it out. I have never dumped one out because even though I've been here for 2 years, I can't figure out what all these buttons mean. But
except for the fact it says dump on it, and it's 3 inches from your finger.
It says delayed dump, and to me that means don't crap in the studio. Wait till commercial, and then make your way to the bathroom.
Adam, you did it.
Well, that's why they call me Clutch Carolla when I was in high school.
And that's why we're going to sit down and talk about it for 10 minutes. So an amazing event.
But no, here's the thing that was funny. Engineer Mike stands up and starts heading for the door. We're looking at him through the glass in the studio. Right when she uses the F word, and all we see is Mike's ass head down the hall, knowing that we have a few seconds. So anyway, we worked that one out. So.
Oh God. I really do.
Don't worry.
That's all right. So you're pretty promiscuous sexually.
Okay, yeah.
Where's your real dad?
He's in Florida.
Mm-hmm. You don't have much contact with him?
Well, I do. I mean,
you do?
I call him, but he never calls me.
Okay.
Unless it's like once in a great mood.
And he's not an alcoholic or an addict, right?
Yeah, and I only see him like once a year, and my stepmom hates me, so I never see him, basically.
Why did your stepmom hate you?
I don't know. My sister says that she doesn't hate me, and that she doesn't hate us kids that aren't hers. She doesn't know how to handle us.
She just has no reason to like you.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I got that too.
But my sister says no, because my sister sees it through a stepmom's point of view, because my sister is a stepmom now and stuff like that.
Oh boy. How many kids in the family, Jessica?
Only 3. Well, I mean, unless you include my half sister, then there's 4.
I think that's 3.5, isn't it, Drew? All right, so anyway, Jessica, I'm going to take this $2 because I called the promiscuous shot.
I got the recovery part.
You said it was dad.
Yeah.
I got the estranged dad and promiscuous. Thank you, and mahalo, everybody. Big A, Engineer Mike, chalk that up, please. It is 1-0 now. I'm 1-0-5. But Drew, you are 0-0. No, you're 0-1-5. Yeah. All right, Jessica. Now, what the hell's your question? Thank you.
Make me forget my question.
Well, I got the first bet of 98.
Okay. My stepdad, he's doing drugs again. He started drinking again, and he told my mom. And I overheard him telling his mom on the phone the other day that he was going to be leaving. And that just kind of ripped my heart out. And then I decided, well, it's better that it be this way.
Yeah.
And my mom came and told me that if he leaves, that we're going to have to move away from where we're living now and move closer to Chicago.
Why?
Because we won't be able to afford the rent in this farmhouse that we're living in.
Oh boy.
So it's like, if we move, I'm going to become a suicidal drug addict.
Because you're leaving your friends behind.
Yeah, because I'm leaving my friends and leaving my.
Did you tell your mom this? You tell your mom this?
What?
Did you tell your mom this?
My mom is leaving?
Did you tell your mom that this is how you felt about the move?
I told her some of it, but not all of it. I can't tell her.
Well, when are you going to be 18?
In a couple months.
In a couple months. You're not doing that well in school?
No.
No. I have her whole life mapped up.
Not since,
The promiscuity fired up. All right, listen to me, Jessica. School is not in your future.
It is.
You're going to need to work.
I know I have to work.
So, you'll be graduating, well, I don't even know what month it is. You got about 5 months to graduation.
No.
No?
Nope.
Another year?
Yeah.
She got held back?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't remember. I played around too much in first grade.
So that was when all the stuff was coming down with the dad, too.
Yeah. But
I'll tell you, the reason the stepdad thing is so hard for you is it brings back the memories of your dad leaving and all, too.
All right, and Jessica, by the way, you know what I say about being held back a grade. You went to Europe. Your family went to Europe for a year between the ages of, 8 and 12. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get stigmatized when you tell people you couldn't muster the curriculum in kindergarten or second grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just say you went to Europe. It's a great excuse. I had a friend who did that. He did it, and he did it for like 12 years, and it worked like a charm. Oh boy.
So they went to jail?
Yeah. So what the hell's Jessica gonna do? No, boy.
So
Stop having sex.
One thing she got to do is appeal to Mom.
Use
try
birth
to get
control,
Mom to hang on for one more year while she finishes high school, because it's very disruptive to somebody that age to rip her away from her peers.
Right.
Hey, go to Alateen. You been to Alateen, Jessica?
Yes.
I figured.
Keep going. And don't have sex with anyone.
By the way,
you
that's
meet
why
there.
I figured the recovery thing. I could just hear Alateen. You've been a lot of it, huh?
Yeah, but I don't like it.
I know.
All right, but listen. Hey, Jessica. Start working your way out of the little girl thing.
What little girl thing?
You know, the little thing that made me gamble on you immediately after hearing your first 3 syllables.
Well, I was tired.
No. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just work your way out of that.
Adam, I have a philosophy for you.
Okay.
Masturbation twice a day keeps the gynecologist away.
All right.
No.
That's mine. Here's what I just want to say to Jessica. Protection. We're not going to talk her out of anything. Just for God's sake, don't have kids.
Yeah.
Okay. And things will work out.
Hello. Hi. We are fish. That's right. Further, we're 2 of the smartest fish. Right. Fish get lonely. Please speak to them. Please. Thank you. Hey, is that a word? No, that's fish poop. Loveline, I'll be right back. Please speak to fish.
Hi, I'm Jerry Springer, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. And speaking of Jerry Springer, look out for Dr. Drew on the Sally
Jenny.
What the hell? Jenny Jones.
Lisa.
Yes.
Yeah.
When are you going to do that, Jenny Jones?
A couple weeks.
Really? We're going to look for that. Now, why don't you tape that and bring it in? When is that show on? During the day?
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well, it must be on when... part of the reason why some of those shows are successful is the mentality of the viewers. I mean, if you take a show and you put it on when you're supposed to be at effing work...
Right.
Think about the mentality of the viewership. Right. You have basically people that are leeching off the government and the unemployable and the no count. I mean, you got a show that's kicking ass and it's in
I heard her
1:30 time slot.
What she's doing, and her whole deal is this is America. This is a big population, and I don't object to that, but don't massage it. Let's confront it and dissect it and talk about what it actually is.
Yeah, everyone's got to make a buck. Amber.
Hi.
You're 23.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, I have, I'm married, and I haven't been able to let my ex-boyfriend go. And
Is he living there with you guys?
No. My husband doesn't know, and it's just something that I've just never...
Do you see how that keeps you out of the relationship with your husband now?
It does to an extent.
Sure. It just so if your husband should leave,
just to the extent that you're in love with another guy.
No, it's not she's in love with. She's keeping that around to make sure that she's not vulnerable in her present relationship. What was that boyfriend's relationship? What was that relationship like that you had with your boyfriend?
Actually, it was like hell.
Yeah. Okay.
She was into another guy at the time.
I wanted to bet on her the second she opened her mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we get that $1 back.
I don't know, Drew. You're not what you call on a roll. You may be in trouble. You may just want to go up to the room and call it a night.
See how? I mean, here's let me a brief sketch. Chaos in your relationships is more comfortable than stable, connected relationships, right?
True.
And the big issue with you is abandonment.
Not really. No, I really don't think... No, I know my husband will never leave me. But I never told... See, I don't think it was finished. I don't think I ever finished it with my ex-boyfriend.
What's there to finish?
Well, I told him that I loved him, and then I left.
All right, you finished.
And I never got...
By the way, whenever you leave...
It's finished.
It's finished.
So it was not... By the way, whatever you had there, it wasn't love.
Why did you marry the other guy then?
Because I love him. I do love my husband. I love my husband without a complete and total doubt. There's no doubt there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I have a friend who's, who tells me that, he thinks about me and all this other kind of stuff. And so I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm thinking he hasn't let go, and maybe there's a chance there. And
I mean, this boyfriend has come back around again?
I haven't seen him.
Well, your friend says that he's thinking about you.
Yeah, she's friends with him yet.
Yeah, that was a confusing one.
Why would you put your marriage in jeopardy for a terrible relationship?
I don't know.
Well, perhaps she's self-destructive, true.
Perhaps this is what your family of origin was like. Those are what you think of in yourself in relationships.
Well, I don't get along. I don't like my father.
Right. And so you got to fix that by getting a guy like your father, which is probably an abusive, chaotic guy, and trying to make that work.
I've said it 1,000 times, Loveline listeners. You go out on that first date, you really don't need to know anything. If it's a guy, you say, what do you think of your mom? If it's a girl, you say, what do you think of your dad? That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Well, my husband is not abusive at all.
That's the point. That's why you're getting ready to sabotage this relationship.
It's not exciting enough for you.
You're not able to resolve those old horrible issues that you're going to insist upon acting out now in your adult life, which, of course, when you choose a guy like your dad, they'll never resolve. You're not going to change him. You're going to just act out and live out another longer-term relationship just like the one with your old dad, which was so horrible.
Okay, so let me sum this up. Instead of spending so much energy focusing on the old boyfriend, which is just a manifestation of your bad childhood, focus the attention on yourself psychologically, get a little counseling, and straighten that out.
And maybe
everyone's looking for one big fat distraction. It's just one big distraction. That's all this life is.
It's more like a big play. You have a bunch of characters you cast, and she's the director and the star.
Right. It's worse than a distraction. It becomes reality. Amber.
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
Remember,
would you write the damn stupid? I went right back to her like I was going to talk to her. Making a complete ass of me tonight, Drew. Remember your vows.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with? I mean, listen, people don't take marriage seriously enough. It's so easy for them to get out. People have to take this all very seriously.
Hey, I to make it like the military. You just sign up and that's it. You can't get out. You got to blow your knee out or something.
Listen, when your society as you created.
Oh yes. And there's not going to be any religion or anything. I'm just going to videotape everything and say, listen, you mean it? Because I'm videotaping you, and I swear to God, if we have to come back and watch this thing in 18 months...
Rip Torn will be there to narrate and represent you?
Right. Little Defending Your Life, an Albert Brooks movie reference from Dr. Drew, everybody. Mike, you're 25.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Popular show. It took me forever to get on.
That's good.
Anyway, I recently returned to my home state of Minnesota, and over Christmas for a few days, and had an encounter with an old acquaintance, a sexual encounter, and it was so great we ran out of condoms, and so our last time was without a condom.
Mm-hmm.
And so now even though I'm fairly certain everything's all right, I've totally convinced myself that I've picked up AIDS or something. And
does she have AIDS?
No.
How'd you get it?
No.
It's a he, is what
I
he
totally
said.
convinced
it's
myself
a he?
Yeah.
that somehow this has happened, and so now...
Wait, but your partner?
Yeah.
Was it he or she?
She.
She has AIDS?
No.
Then how'd you get it?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, that's it.
Well, but I'm not sure that she doesn't,
Is she an IV drug user?
No.
Does she have multiple partners?
Maybe.
And she had some kind of risk specifically?
No, not at a high risk.
Oh, but Drew, everybody can get AIDS no matter where you are and whether you use drugs. It's not just, listen, if you're a gay male who is promiscuous and makes his way around bars, you have no greater chance of getting AIDS than, let's just say, some young college student who was living in suburbia.
Exactly.
Do you understand that, Drew?
Mike, Adam is being facetious.
No, that's true though.
No, it's not. It's malarkey. It's more propaganda by these left-wing Hollywood types.
But it is reasonable for you to be concerned, and because the reality, should you contract it, is so horrible. It's like having a using safety devices when you're skydiving or something. You take every precaution possible, but even that's such a more likely.
You write that one down.
I don't have any good analogy.
No, you certainly don't.
I hope you would come up with something to support me here.
It was just fun to watch you just flounder out there.
Right, but
so I don't need to worry though.
Well, look, if you're worried, why don't you? This is somebody you had intimate encounter with. Why don't you bring it up with her that you each get tested?
What about pregnancy?
She said Depo-Provera. Is that?
Yeah, so she's set there.
Okay.
I wonder if she's sexually active. Did she have 2 of them in there?
But I just feel like.
All right, you're fine, Mike.
Okay.
You have a girlfriend?
No.
You weren't cheating on anyone?
No.
All right, everything's cool.
Okay.
I mean, you can get AIDS test now in the
You
pharmacy.
get an AIDS test anyway. What the hell? I mean, that's not a bad
And you
idea.
have her get it done. If she doesn't have HIV, you can't get it. And her chances of having it are quite slim.
Right. And your chances of getting it from one contact are
also very remote.
Oh, but wait a minute, Drew. Just one time with anybody, and we all have the same and equal chance of getting it, no matter where we're from
Of course
or
it can happen.
what our sexual proclivity is.
Not likely.
That's interesting. I didn't know that because I've seen a lot of these commercials, and it's pretty much could hit anybody at any time, in any group, who engages in any kind of sexual behavior. No difference between your sexual preferences. Although they don't really work the drug addict thing in there that well.
Because those are the ones that really get it.
Oh, they do?
Very likely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll be back.
Loveline will be...
All righty. More Loveline to go. Phone number 1-800-LOV. Well, forget about that phone number. We got enough calls. Where are we going here, Drew?
There you go.
This one?
Yeah.
Jeremiah?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you're 21. What's going on there?
Not a whole lot. I just want to say that your guys' show is great. I listen to you guys every night.
Thank you.
I love it. It's great. I think you guys are the best team since, let's say Bonnie and Clyde.
Siskel and Ebert?
Can I be Clyde, please?
What's going on, Jeremiah?
Well, my problem is that I was with this girl for 3 years, okay? And she got pregnant, and I have a son now. But the problem is, when she was 3 months into her pregnancy, she was having intercourse with a family member of mine, my uncle.
Oh, boy.
That sounds reasonable.
How old was he?
He was 26.
And she was 19 or so?
Yeah, 19.
Mm-hmm.
And how it happened, it came about is one night some girl came over to my house asking for me, and she automatically assumed that I was cheating on her.
So she sought somebody out.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy move.
This girl was like,
Yeah, well, look, it's pretty crazy of your girlfriend to behave like that. I mean, to be that hostile and vindictive.
yeah, because the way she came out with it was as soon as the girl came to the door and I answered it, my girlfriend was sitting there, she automatically assumed it, and she was just like, oh yeah, well, I had sex with your uncle, but she used some profanity in there that I can't say because it's on the air.
And how old's your child?
Right now he is 1 year and
This goes to prove my theory, by the way, that women don't even need to leave the house in order to exact their revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was living with my uncle at the time that
Sure.
that her and him were doing it.
He showed himself to be quite a man of character.
Yeah, I'm a pretty decent person, you know.
Yeah, but your uncle's...
I don't know what his problem is. I mean, I don't know why he did it or anything.
Did he know she was pregnant?
Yeah.
Well, this guy's silky smooth.
Yeah. Well, see, what happened was she said I wasn't there for her during her pregnancy because I was working.
Hey, look, whatever she said, he has no business behaving like that. It's your
That
uncle.
I wasn't there for her because I was working, okay? I was trying to save money and everything for my child.
Your girlfriend's got a problem.
Yeah.
Your uncle's got a problem, too.
Yeah, but the girlfriend is real angry person. Why is she so angry?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'll be talking to her and she'll start fighting with me and then blame it on me.
Yeah.
Say it's my fault and everything.
Oh,
and I'll
God.
be like, what's wrong? She calls me childish and immature all the time. And I don't see how I'm the one coming off that way because she's the one that starts the argument.
Well, are you living with your girlfriend now?
No. Me and her have been, well, we haven't broke up, but we've been separated. Like,
Because of this thing?
yeah, for the last 3 months. She says she doesn't know what she wants.
Unfortunately for the child, but fortunately for you.
Yeah.
Are you still going to be part of the child's life?
Huh?
Are you still going to be part of the baby's life? You
He's
still...
right here sleeping right next to
Oh, so you have him now?
Yeah.
Good. Don't give him back.
Where's mom doesn't have custody at all?
We have joint custody.
Formally?
Yeah.
Legally?
Yeah.
All right. Well, stay involved with the kid's life, but the mom just sounds like a mess.
But
Really.
she says that she still loves me, but she don't know if she wants to be with me or not, and I don't understand that. I'm like, well, you know if you want to be with somebody or not. I tell her that, and she says, well, I don't know. And
She's a disturbed person. You understand that?
I mean, I really don't understand it. I mean,
Well, I know you don't understand it, but she's a disturbed person. That's the fact.
all my friends are they stand by me and they keep trying to keep me going. But I mean,
But Jeremiah, you judge people by their actions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this Ted Kaczynski. He could be a great guy. I really don't know anything about Ted Kaczynski other than he blew a few people up. But just based on that, my sort of thumbnail sketch of Ted, I'm guessing that he's vermin.
Yeah.
You know, here's the deal, and here's the way society works. Couple of nice big screw-ups, that's what you are.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of guy this guy is. I don't know what kind of... Well, actually, I think Manson may be an a-hole.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. But, a guy blows up a federal building or something. Maybe he's the world's greatest brother, uncle, dad, whatever. Maybe he's the guy you want on your softball team. But the point is you do a few actions, and that's good enough.
Defines you.
That just defines you. You sleep with the uncle when you're pregnant because some chick you went out with in high school came by to sell you a box of cookies. That's it. You're disturbed.
Yeah.
And,
very angry.
And, oh, boy. Oh, the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. And you know she'll get pregnant again real soon. And God forbid, as a society, we have no business.
And we didn't get into what Jeremy's deal is, that he needs to fix a girl like that.
All right. So, Jeremiah, I think this one may be doing you a favor.
Yeah.
I really do. Don't get fixated on her. Fixate on your kid and doing the best you can for your kid and not having any more kids. Jason.
Yeah.
You're 20.
Yep.
What's happening?
Not much.
All right.
I had a question. Like, when my penis isn't erect, it's, like, really small. But then, like, when it's erect, it's, like, 6 to 8 inches long. I was just wondering why...
Quite a range, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I ought to do that, too. I'm going to pick something. I'm going to be, I'm going to say between 6 and 11 and a half. Just pick that range.
Well, sometimes it's just different sizes.
Actually, that wouldn't be fair. But between 5 and a half and 11 and a half.
Yeah. I was wondering why it was just small when it's not erect.
That's the, this is why I have the good, what the Wheeze calls the gym dick. I look good around the gym. Some guys hang a little better when they're flaccid. Usually something that has to do with age as well. It's true. Older guys hang a little better.
The soft tissue starts stretching, huh?
Your ears get bigger as you get older. The nutsack, as our Loveline listeners like to call it, seems to hang a little more. I mean, do the math. The gravity sets in, and that's the way that works. Now you're 20. You haven't started the hanging time.
Yeah.
I wonder why this range, 6 to 8.
You haven't narrowed that down at all, Jason?
Like, I don't know, just one time, like, it's only been measured a couple times, you know. Like, one time it was just one size, and measured again, it was a different size.
6 and 6.5?
Well, it's like, well, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
So it's a little closer to 6 than it's to 8.
Well, no, it's
6 to
been
6.5.
measured before, and it was 8 before. I mean, I don't know.
For the accident?
It was 8 before.
Well,
let me explain something, Jason.
Okay.
Most rulers have a standard side and a metric side. Now, the metric side is millimeters. I can tell you right now that my, let me do some quick math here. My penis is well over 125 millimeters, Drew.
Oh,
what do you think of that?
Yeah.
That's 4 3/4 inches there.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing that's better about when guys or girls make really retarded statements is their explanation of it. Because you think to yourself, and I always do this too, I think, well, he said it's between 6 and 8 inches. Now, we're going to question him on how he's got that range, because you've never heard a guy in your life say it's between 6 and 8 inches when it's erect. Now, if you said it was 6 when it was flaccid and 8 when it was erect, there's an answer. But between 6 and 8, let's investigate. I bet he's got a really good answer as to how to explain this. And you know the brilliance of it?
No.
It's always a retarded answer. Well,
how else could they sustain that belief?
I measured once, and it was 8, and then I measured this other time, and it was 6. So, you know, it's like, well, if on your midterm you got an 80%, and on your final you got 100%, well, you just average that out, then you got a 90 in the class, right?
Right.
I think that's kind of what Jason is doing with his penis. Boy, I wish I had that kind of fluctuation.
The other thing, if he'd gone from 8 to 6, he'd be like, "Oh, hey, what happened?" He'd be like, "Shocked."
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
I'd just go shoot my doctor immediately. All right, let me just burn through a caller here too. Oh boy,
Seveline.
Seveline. You're 19.
Yeah. My problem is kind of complicated.
Okay, well, that's too much. Michelle?
Hello?
Get Seveline for tomorrow night.
You've been on hold for 82 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk to you tomorrow night.
Okay.
You all right with that?
Yeah.
It was kind of exciting being on hold all this time, wasn't it?
Not really.
No. Okay. Are you very
Don't
mad?
hang up
very
on her.
angry? No, we're going to put you on hold.
Okay.
All right. David?
Hello?
Oh, that's Michelle. What the hell am I doing? Sorry.
Where'd you get David?
David?
Yes.
You have a chunky sperm question?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's normal.
You can eat it with a fork.
Take more fluids.
More fluids.
Like tapioca pudding.
Oh, boy.
Had it for like a year, and I've gone to a GP and a urologist, and
They said it's normal.
It's normal.
It is normal.
Yeah.
What's causing that, though?
Just that's the way your
The sperm is settling.
Yeah.
You got to shake your scrotum a little bit before you have sex.
I had a vasectomy about 15 years ago.
I wonder if that has something to do with it, but it's not anything medical. You don't have to worry about it meaning something.
So that's it. Just forget it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
You're fine.
Thanks.
All right. It's a little weird.
I don't think there's anything grosser
And by the way, I don't. Than the chunky.
than chunky.
Tapioca pudding. Why do they always have to throw that in, too? Whenever we've had that call, it's always they have to point out tapioca pudding.
Horrible.
You mean, and it's horrible hearing it, or it's horrible experiencing it, or where are you coming from with this?
Just thinking about it.
She had a bad experience.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's just gross.
No, you put your testicles in one of those paint can shakers they have at the hardware store, and it comes out.
All right.
Like
let's go.
It's like a creamery. Creamery rich. Okay. We'll be back.
Yo.
Kenny Brown. That's what that'd be. Drew, you brought right? At a. Drew really provided some entertainment because last night after the show, I was standing out in the parking lot chewing the fat with MTV's Kennedy and her snowboarding fool boyfriend, Dave. And I don't mean he's a fool. I just mean he's a snowboarding fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Drew did not disappoint when he took off from the parking lot,
is that right?
caught a little air, and just banged that air dam down on the pavement.
Too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were showing off.
No.
No. Boy, did we have a laugh watching Drew scrape that vulva. His vulva? All right. I'm obviously tired and punchy, and I have to start psyching up for the mouse and the orthodonture. Oh, boy.
Oh, you'll be in a nice mood tomorrow night.
Oh, am I going to be in a great mood when we do Keenan tomorrow? Does that air tomorrow?
That's right, tomorrow.
Or is that on a day delay?
I think it airs tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, it was on a day delay last time we did. We're running out of crap to talk about.
That's right, I got to see you again
been there so
tomorrow.
long.
Oh, geez.
All right. We get a basket. That's the good news. So until
I'm
next
driving
time.
myself down there, too, tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
You gonna do that?
I'm going to pick it up at 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure. If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy. Loveline producer Ann Wilkins.
This broadcast was copyright 1997 Westwood One Entertainment. This music...
Exclusively on Tucson's Two Run.